can be on TV, put it on TV. A web series should be something that you can only really see on the web. The show started out to be about 4 guys of a certain age in Hollywood.
It had humor, it had love, it has drama, it has friendship.
It's just as much now about the importance of family.
It's something that I've never seen really on screen.
I thought that there wasn't really anything else out there like it, and that holds to this day. I still don't think there is.
It's just fun and silly and kind of ridiculous, really.
Character arcs that are really well developed.
It's a snapshot of how people are really talking in real life.
Nothing serious, Nancy Jew.
And I think this touches on a lot of things that everyone can relate to.
Gosh, some of the problems they're going through are the same things that young people go through.
Problems and love interests.
That people that are older go through.
Yeah, even sex.
The show is appealing to a lot of people on a lot of different levels.
Love interests that you really root for.
Bobby Burton's a bottom.
I'm from the Midwest, and I have a friend who's a military guy, you know, married with children, and he loves the show.
It shows how human we all are.
He's a conservative, but he loves the characters. And he said something like, you know, I have great friends, but watching you makes me want to know your friends.
The more specific something is, the more universal it is.
There are a lot of different kinds of relationships going on, and they can apply to anybody.
Have enough drama to keep you interested, plus great writing and the fabric of the friendships.
To me, the main draw is really the heart, the heart of the show, the core, the relationship between these people.
These characters that we've come to know and love that have a life of their own now.
I created the show out of a sense of just a combination of impending desperation as an actor of a certain age, coupled with just a desire to tell stories I wanted to tell. You're going through this thing as an aging actor in Hollywood, write about what it's like to be not an actor, but someone aging in Hollywood. The first step was the characters. Once I created the 4 main characters, Brad, Ross, Muscles, and Nathan, it just kind of popped. It wasn't even really writing them, but just like opening myself up and letting them tell me how they would react to situations, what they would say to each other.
Happy birthday, you old cunt.
Fuck you, you old whore. I wrote Nathan to be 50 because I thought it would take a couple years just to get the production going. Little did I know 6 months later we'd be in front of the camera. I called a friend of mine, Arvin Batista, who I'd worked with on his USC grad thesis film, Deer Season.
You ever kill a man, Morton?
Excuse me?
You heard me. You ever, been forced to take the life of a fellow human being?
I don't think. Why?
Oh, there's lots of reasons why. Self-defense. Might have been defending your daughter's honor. Maybe you and Nam had to kill some scum-sucking gook.
No, I meant, why did you ask me that question?
No reason.
I didn't think that he'd want to direct. He's 27 and straight, and the show's about gay guys who aren't 27. He read the scripts, he called me a day or 2 later and said that he wanted to direct. Arvin really was the one who helped us kind of get it up and going and get it off the ground. Ultimately, I think we have the ideal cast. I can't imagine anyone else playing these parts.
This sandwich is so fucking good, I just want to stick my dick in it.
Brad was really the character that I found most interesting and really wanted to play really badly.
I'd worked with Curt Bonnem before in a play called Carved in Stone.
We had a fantastic time and got along really well.
There's nothing he won't do. He's a great actor.
And I was lucky enough through that he sent me his original scripts. When you have a role that you feel so strongly about, it just makes it that much easier and that much more fun to go in and audition for.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Why the fuck? Whenever a gay man goes to a doctor, everyone's immediately like, oh, AIDS, AIDS, AIDS! Jesus, like it's the only fucking thing that ever happens to us.
He's just such a fun character. He's outrageous and ridiculous,
He says that to all the boys.
as well as multi-layered. Brad gets to take it as far as it can go.
You're an annoying little cunt, aren't you?
Like, I give a rat's ass about Prop 8.
Guys are more interested in inches than years. I'm not sitting through this crap sober. Gee fucking hat. Friend phone? Sex phone.
I have a term that I've come up with that I consider myself a conservative hedonist. And Brad is a full-blown hedonist.
Desperation sets in, and then you die.
I love Brad.
And I still have my boner. Muscles is a good guy. He does put people to the test. I think you're being an idiot. He might not be the brightest guy on the block. Hey, 6 words. He's careful in love. We're taking time to discover common interests and careful with his friends. Bad idea. He really wants to protect. The audition consisted of a sex scene wherein Muscles has to try something new. So I met Leon on Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood, right in front of the Starbucks.
He literally humped a table as part of his audition in a scene. I thought anyone who's going to hump a table in West Hollywood in public, he's got it.
Landed the part, I guess, after that, plus a couple other auditions. He completely lost his heart on. He couldn't get it back up. Eventually, he goes home and I jerked off.
He really is perfect for that part.
I think I'm falling in love.
Muscles is a little bit more innocent than myself. He's too hung to be a bottom. Weddings are the best place to meet men, age-appropriate men. Cucumbers? You can't be allergic to produce.
I love you, Bobby.
Why not you, Dad? We don't have secrets. No intention of telling you my boy trouble. We flip for it. Get it? Flip. Mm-hmm. But I love playing Muscles.
No. It was like age, looks, none of that bullshit mattered. It was a deep chemical connection.
Chemical. Were you sober?
Yes, Mrs. Reagan.
I don't know, it's so confusing. I can't read this guy at all. He's like a blank slate. What?
Come
Spill
on.
it, come on.
Well, he's,
Oh, Jesus.
he's a client I just signed.
So
my
fucking
God.
do that?
And he's 25.
Oh, I knew you still had it in you.
I'm absolutely horrified.
LA speak for too fucking old.
How can a personal trainer be overqualified?
It's Gold's Gym, not Old's Gym. Hey, Ross, what's with the fucking Martha Stewart routine, huh?
I'm just trying to fill my nights until Neil gets back to LA so I don't turn into a cheating whore.
What?
We had originally cast Jim J. Bullock as Ross, who had to pull out because he got a road company of Hairspray.
David and I did a play 4 years ago.
David Pesner had auditioned for Muscles' job interview.
Yeah.
Last Monday, where have you been, Nathan? Okay, I can't believe it. The manager left me a voicemail. He said he really liked me, but I was overqualified.
And Brad,
He never took it off. Like he didn't want to look at me. Am I that fucking idiot?
even though he was perfect for Ross, so when Jim dropped out, we called David and he came in and was, again, I can't imagine anyone else. The show would be so different if Ross was played by someone other than Pevsner.
I've gone through the 5 stages of Jewish mourning. Guilt, eating, shopping, kvetching, acceptance. Ask your doctor if Flacinex is right for you. My career's over, so unless you want me to start sleeping around, my marriage is a joke.
You should be able to hook up every once in a while.
Sweet.
How can you have a relationship with a porn star?
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Oh, you're cracking my face. I hate LA and all this friggin' sunlight. I'd tie up Mel Gibson and fuck the shit out of him. Only because the bastard has it coming.
Pevsner gives the weight that the ensemble needs. I'm 50 years old and I cannot believe that I just said that out loud. Ironically, Nathan is the hardest character to write, but I have done the math. I think I'm about 18% of my personality is Nathan Adler.
He's a very memorable face.
Thank you. Nathan and I are both neurotic. I think probably the biggest difference is that I tend to react in the moment, even before I have the facts. Nathan thinks, and thinks, and thinks, and thinks before he does anything.
Trying to be all slick, shit. Just a spaz dude with something to eat.
But I like Nathan. He's a nice agent in a town where most agents aren't. He's a wonderful friend. I kind of wish I could be more like him.
The soul of Old Dogs and New Tricks, quite frankly, is the chemistry.
Oh, the chemistry amongst the cast is genuine, it's palpable, it's filthy.
A lot of viewers ask, did you guys hang out?
We all get along. We have a really good time together.
I get to play with people that I love.
We genuinely do have a good relationship with each other, so.
We see each other a lot, like at functions and screenings and interviews and things, but we just really like each other.
All the guys are really professional and just a dream to work with. It's been so easy.
And I think part of it was everybody was really excited to work on this. And that always helps bring people together and bond a cast.
I probably forced their kids
I'm sure you're making our special guest star tie your shoes.
You know I'm enjoying it, right?
Oh, Lord, Bruce, this is the Lord. I'm sorry.
Greg, I would love a cup of coffee.
Sure, just do it.
Now I think we've all become really good friends.
It's not like we're chumming around on camera and the second they call cut, we have our knives drawn or anything like that.
I don't get a vote.
What attracted me to it was really the arc of Damien's character. He is portrayed so single-sided that all the audience gets to see is what Nathan gets to see. At first, it can seem very, mysterious. It gets to be very multifaceted. A real nice job. Towards the end of the second season, of course, things sort of open up and you get to see everything about this person.
Slam! Right back into the corner of your life!
Until then, there was sort of a suspense involved.
Scared?
And I love that.
Make me laugh. Have a great life. Don't try to own me. Hot sex. I try to dissect that.
Almost everything that you see is pure Damien.
Yes, good idea! So you can fuck me all night and sneak me out at 6 in the morning before the neighbors see!
I've really worked hard to make that someone different and separate. Not exactly an open book myself, but I wouldn't go so far as to call myself a mystery. Also, I do not know how to ride a motorcycle.
And I'm here to stay. He wrote the role with me in mind, and what could be more flattering than that?
Honey, for what he's paying me, I'd come out here in a coconut bra and sing Dylan.
She's not exactly me, but she's sort of me.
So get your skinny ass over there and tell him you love him.
You know, she lives in 400 square feet in Valley Village with 14 cats.
Hilarious.
Nathan Adler. Your 50th birthday. How is it?
I thought the show was so groundbreaking because it deals with gay men of a certain age, it deals with the entertainment industry.
What, just win a beauty pageant? Yeah, right, as if.
Lo and behold, I got an email from Leon saying to me, how would you like to join the show? We're thinking of adding a villain.
Why, if it isn't the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I love playing Nelson for many reasons. First off, he is never at a loss for a witty barb.
I thought bitches always travel in packs.
He always looks great. His hair looks perfect.
Were you sneaking out without saying goodbye?
He has more hair than I have. He is that quintessential villain.
Are you planning to adopt?
God, you miserable bitch!
The chemistry truly is just natural, and it's been there from the start, I think.
End it. Now.
Man, you are overqualified.
I felt this was special right from reading the first drafts of the scripts.
What?
Damien chuckles as he takes the bong and prepares a new hit.
Cool. I don't want you to think that, I always make it a rule to never sleep with clients.
Not gonna have sex because you signed me.
Then why are... Oh?
Gonna have sex because we wanna.
Damien kisses Nathan, untucks Nathan's shirt. Nathan pulls away.
How old are you?
25.
Damien pulls Nathan's shirt up. He leans down, kissing Nathan's belly. Nathan reacts.
I would never have an open relationship.
Yeah, well, that's what I always said.
Brad approaches the table carrying a small shopping bag.
There's Brad. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Well, I always felt that it was special. I mean, even from my first answering machine recording.
I even remember the very first day of shooting the pilot. It looked so good.
With all those fantastic fans out there supporting us every step of the way, we didn't know they existed before we made this show.
I thought we'd have maybe, if we were lucky, 200 to 500 views per episode.
Right from the beginning, it all came together in such a way that I knew it was going to be good.
Thankfully, we've managed to score a win.
And you know, having these really terrific guest stars popping in every so often to pay a visit, that certainly didn't hurt, and I'm going to be forever grateful to them forever.
I mean, I'm dead. I'm face down in shit. How would anyone even see how old I was?
Oh, fuck them.
Oh my God, Nathan, I'm too old to play a corpse.
The age is definitely a touchy subject.
There's a different lifestyle.
28 is old in LA.
People keep themselves up.
27-year-olds going in for Botox.
We like to see a lot of young, pretty people.
27!
Anybody hits 40, they get put in a box.
They're babies!
We're in this industry.
Everybody feels a little bit of pressure to look good.
I've never even considered sex with anyone 50 years old.
Your face and your body is your product.
Or at least with anyone who admitted it.
I would work more if I had gray hair. Of course, I'd have to dye it gray because there are no. So, but I don't want to do that.
Now I have to trim my eyebrows, my earlobes, my nostrils, my shoulders.
Just gotta stick with it and stay healthy and go for it. Your first Botox treatment on me.
Wow. You can either give into that mentality or you can just refuse to accept it and follow your own course.
And I think this show helps move things forward.
In front of the camera, we're all like 40s and 50s and gay, and behind the camera, they're all 20-something and cute, and it's been really heartwarming to see how committed they are.
It's only like the oldest gay bar in WeHo.
Yeah, with the oldest gay men in WeHo.
There's greater gay visibility on TV and movies, but it hasn't gone far enough yet.
Well, it's about freaking time.
You don't see a lot of older gay men in, network TV that aren't stereotypes.
Instead of pretending that this huge portion of our population just doesn't exist, or that there's something other than what they really are, why not just put it out there and show them as it is?
We really don't see gay men of a certain age being as involved.
The window into a world that doesn't really have another venue.
And it's making gay people more visible in a way in which everybody can watch and enjoy.
And I think that it's speaking to a community that is underrepresented.
The great thing about the technology is now we can all tell our own stories. We don't have to wait for a network to say, oh, that's okay.
Are people watching the show for the sex or the relationships? I think the short answer is yes.
For Skin.
Some of it is the sex, for sure.
Skin is pretty good, and there's a lot of it.
Here you go again.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Shooting sex scenes, it's not my favorite thing to do.
It's pretty much like shooting any other scene, but less clothing.
You're always wondering about how you're gonna look, if your pec is gonna look like it's on the floor.
It's sort of dangerous and uncomfortable a little bit. And as an actor, that's what I like.
It's good for me to have that as, you know, a challenge as an actor.
There's nothing private or intimate about shooting a sex scene.
Scene 8 Alpha, take 4. Mark.
You really have to act.
Hi, Mom.
It can be nerve-wracking, sure, but we're pros.
Shooting the scenes with the crew around, that isn't really what bothers me, because our crew's great. I mean, we all get along really well. What I hate is like having to actually see the footage later.
A lot of times you are meeting that person for the first time the day that you shoot. It was especially fun having to do some really, you know, sort of hardcore scenes with another straight man.
I can't ask the other 4 guys to do what they do and not occasionally drop trowel myself, so it's, you know, it's an obligation I will bear.
Nathan, you hung up on me.
The sex kind of gets the people in the door. I think it's really the relationships and the friendships.
Your friends are your family. I am so proud of you. Thank
Oh.
you.
Oh, you're killing me, Muscles.
There's occasional moments of cattiness. Brad, don't ruin a great weekend.
Faggot, please.
That you can tell that these guys really care for each other.
Changing Muscles from a pussy boy to a top stud.
Brad! How bad could it be if Nathan's fucking a 25-year-old boy toy?
We don't have a lot of like very special episodes or moments of the cast bonding.
We already have a family. We're family.
But we have enough so that the audience senses that there's that support. And knowing that the 4 guys are there for each other, it kind of allows us to let them individually go off on these kind of humiliating disasters.
I think the humor is a great part of it.
We have a lot of outrageous situations as well.
Scene 7-3, Howard, take 1. All right, guys, this is it. We are going in the pool and action.
God, you miserable bitch!
That's it, cut. Action.
I can't swim!
I'll save you.
We really love the show. We love you guys. And we are willing to do almost anything to raise funds.
Some of our most vocal fans, viewers, are women.
Well, that does surprise me, actually.
I never, in a million years, thought that would happen.
I think the show is just good, so I think it speaks to anyone.
It does kind of astound me.
Female fans, thank you so much.
Women tend to like gay men.
Amidst the debauchery or the problems or, you know, the heartbreak, that there's just like two people touching at some point, you know, emotionally, physically, and it's those little moments in every episode that pull me in.
Straight guys like girl-on-girl action, so I guess it shouldn't be a surprise that straight women would enjoy seeing guys together.
I just think it's wonderful. It's kind of the yin and the yang.
I think they're watching the show just for the same reasons anybody else is watching the show. They're seeing something they like and they want to support it.
The pilot was a gift from God.
There's so much more fun to be had.
Season 1 was a dream come true.
I would love to see a season 3.
And season 2 was a miracle.
I want to keep being Brad King.
So a part of me feels like to ask for more just seems incredibly greedy.
If I have anything to say about it, it's coming back.
Having said that now,
I think there's some really great stuff coming down the line.
I don't have to tell you how thankful we are on the show for all of the fans and all of the support that we have.
It's very difficult to raise money, so everybody out there, if you like the show, please let us know, let the world know, and, you know, help us out if you can.
If we can raise it, we'll be back.
Come on.
There needs to be a season 3.
And let's keep this going.
Every penny counts,
Every
right?
penny counts.
For crying out loud. I finally had it, and boy was I glad it was done. As autumn receded, I knew that I needed the sun. Though flying in panic, I found I was manic at last. Of the universe. That old trepidation I found with elation had passed. So out of the quicksand I learned a few tricks, and what's more, the future was knocking, 'cause I was unlocking the door. It's really appalling how long I've been stalling and how the barn was left open, too late to be roping the cow. Flight booked, bags packed, all set to rock. Guess my folks had gone into shock. I know I'm not thankful when I need a tank full of gas. It's better than sneezing with bitter wind freezing my ass. I have a routine, 'cause I now have a cleaner stance. I don't waste a minute and even try to pin it on chance. The friends I was leaving could see I was grieving and torn. But now they all dwell here and everything's swell here reborn. I came from New York City, where I first saw light of day.
Well, you know, when we actually
it's
shoot.
lovely to meet you, and I'm here to stay.
We don't, then we'll need some.
They cheated.